What's up, guys? This is Nice Guy Andy podcast. We just, you know what we do? We watch wrestling, but so we're gonna do this little new episode where we're gonna recap the AEW after we've done our reaction show. So I'm here with superfan Johnny Lee.
What up? What up?
And we got the Southern Outlaw Kriss Blade,
The one and only.
Kriss Blade. So the AEW started out with Chris Jericho versus Ortiz for a hair versus hair match. What do y'all think about that match?
That was a great match. It really surprised me by the end.
And then you had a guy in a mask jump out there around the end of it and ended up being Sammy Guevara.
It looked like Fugo's mask.
Yeah, that's what you said when it happened, and I was like, "Who is that guy?" And you said, "I think that's Fugo," and I was like, "I don't know." And then I looked at him, and I was like, "I seen his eyes," and I was like, "That's Sammy Guevara."
We both thought there was gonna be Fugo, but just because it was his mask.
So I guess Jericho ended up winning that.
Yep, he did.
And Ortiz was cutting his hair at the end there and cut his hair off. But like I said, like you said during the show, is like I thought that if you lost a hair versus hair match, that you got to shave the person's hair.
Yeah, the opponent that wins the match is supposed to be the one that shaves the hair. But that's not how it went down tonight.
So you were saying again, you brought up during the match that when Vince McMahon went against Trump and Trump got to cut Vince McMahon's head because he won that.
Yep, and if you remember, Edge shaved Kurt Angle's head.
Yeah, and Kurt Angle never grew it back.
That was a billionaire versus billionaire match, the Donald Trump Vince McMahon.
Yep.
Yeah, so you look like you had a rock star versus a gang member.
Yep,
Right.
and the Rockstar won.
And the Rockstar won, like always, because nobody thought that Jericho was going to get his hair cut.
Exactly.
But what I didn't get is that even though Jericho won after the match, Santana cut his own hair, which that didn't make no sense to me.
That's what I'm thinking. Why did he cut his own hair when it's supposed to be Chris Jericho holding him down in a barber's chair and shaving his head?
Yeah, and looked like he cut himself while he was cutting his own hair there.
Exactly.
Start coming down his face. So
it looked like his dumb ass started cutting off his dreadlocks and ended up cutting his hair instead.
Yeah, it was time for them to cut those damn dreadlocks anyway.
Exactly.
So I guess they're going to rebrand Ortiz and Santana, and I guess they're going to have a three-way thing with the Eddie Kingston. They never did go back and see what Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson. They never did nothing again with that, did they?
They never did.
So, yeah, I think hopefully at some point they'll have a match. And the next match was Warlow versus the 20 plaintiffs at almost the security guards at
Road Rager.
They surrounded the ring at the beginning, and he kind of like took about 5 of them out at the beginning there with like clothes hands.
And man, did Warlow make it look easy, and they just kept coming. You would think after a couple of times they would stop. But
yeah, they just kept on coming because they were gluttons for punishment.
He must have fucking powerbombed at least 20 of those guys.
Yeah,
he had to powerbomb every single one of them, and then he started piling them up.
Exactly, and he started eliminating them one by one.
Yeah, and then he started piling them up in a big pile and pinning them, and then which was pretty cool. That was pretty funny. I mean, it was just a work. It was just I don't know how much it put Warlow over. It was like a gimmick match, and then at the end, Sterling
got his comeuppance.
His last name. What was his name?
Smart Mark Sterling.
Smart Mark Sterling got power bombed in his cool ass blue pants
because he thought that Tyrone Woodley and Matt Hughes was gonna help him. Instead,
I love those pants of his.
Me too.
And then then like you said, Matt Hughes and who else was it?
Tyrone Woodley.
They came into the ring and they were supposed to be in there for the top team, right?
And then Scorpio Sky and some other guy was up in the rafters.
Yeah, but his name is Dan Lambert. The other guy was
Scorpio Sky, which is the TNT champion.
Yep.
Was up in the rafters with not the rafters, but up in the box.
Yes.
The audience box.
The sky box.
And him and Scorpio Sky were up there. And they thought Matt Hughes and Tyrone Woodley were going to get in the ring and beat up Warlow, but they were
Warlow countered that offer. He said, I know you guys ain't going to attack me because you're like me. You're cut from the same toughness, the gift of the gab. And then he powerbomb Mark Sterling out of his shoes.
Mike Hughes, I don't know what happened to him, but he didn't
Matt
look
Hughes.
good. Matt Hughes didn't look good, did he?
Yeah, he didn't. It almost looked like he was nursing an injury that he's had recently.
He just looked like he was out of it. I don't know. I don't know if maybe I missed a injury a neck injury or something that he's had.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
But he didn't look very good. But
he looked like he was confused. Like he knew he was there, but he wasn't. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll figure out what that was all about. And best wishes to Mike Hughes and hopefully he'll, if something was really wrong with him, hope he'll get better.
Hope he gets better.
Yeah,
Dax Harwood
and,
versus Will Ospreay.
Tyrone Woodley looked like he could go, didn't he?
The next match was Dax Hardwood versus Will Ospreay.
And what was that? That wasn't a match that wasn't any kind of match though. It was
it was Miro.
It was just the next match was Dax
Harwood versus Will Ospreay.
And it was basically like a revenge match because last Friday Will Ospreay and his team beat Dax Harwood and his team, and before that, last Dynamite they attacked Dax Harwood and his tag team partner Cass Wheeler.
So what I understand is FTR and the other what's the other tag team?
The other tag team, Redragon.
No, the one that just came out with Will Ospreay.
I have no idea what they call it.
Will Ospreay, the New Japan. Will Ospreay, his guys came out. They say it there somewhere. His New Japan guys just came out, and that was a match. That was a match that took it seemed like they were matching forever, and they had a pretty good little match, and then I guess Dax ended up winning that.
Yeah, basically he won.
No winner. Will Ospreay won.
Yeah, he won with the hidden blade.
The hidden blade. He had the hidden blade on him.
Oh, now I know their name. They call themselves United Empire.
So I guess FTR is going to verse United Empire at Forbidden Door, right? So why are you shaking your head over there?
How they going?
This is an audio podcast.
How is he
you got to say something.
How is he going to use hidden blade and use it after my first name? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
They they're just ripping you off, dude. But they're in they're in Japan, so I'm sure you can take it if you want.
Right.
And then the guys, what is it? The
next match was
what was the guys that came out? The guys came out again.
United Empire.
The United Empire came out and attacked Dax Harwood
and Cash Wheeler and Roppongi Vice.
Yeah, they came out to help.
Yep.
And then your boy, the flavor of the week, Orange Cassidy, came
Orange
out.
Squeeze, but I still prefer lemon squeeze.
And he faced off with Will Ospreay there in the middle, and looks like they're gonna have
Orange Punch. What that's
maybe in.
It's like the Superman punch, but orange punch. Come on now.
Then they're gonna have. I guess they're gonna probably have a big match at probably Rampage or next Dynamite. Probably all those guys.
The next.
What do you think about Orange Cassidy?
I mean,
Blade.
Like I said, the orange punch. It's like the Superman. It's a same version except because of the orange punch. Not the. How you gonna take Roman's thing, but switch it up?
I think it's funny, man. I think it's hilarious because Orange Cassidy is just like a comic guy, and I would love to see him put the championship on him for a couple days at least.
Me too.
I would love to hit Orange Cassidy with my blade drop. That's what I love to do.
You heard it here first.
So those guys faced off in the middle of the ring. So, and then you had Moxley come out.
Yep.
And John Moxley and what's his name, guy? You pronounce his name better than I do.
Tanahashi. Hiroshi
Tanahashi. They were in the middle of the ring. I can't say his damn name.
Tanahashi.
They were in the middle of the ring, freaking like just calling each other's mamas this and each other's mamas that.
And the fans was chanting, "Holy shit! Holy shit!"
So they were in there like just like going at each other. I guess they're having a big match at Forbidden Door for the AEW championship, right? Is that what it is?
No, I think so. Yeah. That they're facing each other to determine who's going to win the title, championship.
Who's going to be the interim champ? And then I guess at some point, the interim champ will take on CM Punk when CM
Yep.
Punk comes back. I heard he's had his surgery on his foot, and I heard everything going good. So
Hopefully,
y'all heard
he
anything
comes back.
different?
I've heard the same thing. I hope that he comes back and he's not at 50%. I hope that he's going to come back 100%.
So take your time, CM Punk. Come on back, bud. We're big CM Punk fans, and take your time, rehab yourself, and come back. And you're shaking your head again, Chris Blade. You know this is an audio podcast.
The thing I have about that, like, everybody wanted Punk to win the belt. He finally did. Then he gets hurt, but that's also the risk you take when you wrestle. But I still feel like that he shouldn't have got hurt because where he just won the belt, now they're going to take it from him. So I mean,
yeah, but
they didn't take it from him. They're not really taking it from him. He's keeping the belt. They're just going to have an interim champion, and I think I like that better in AEW because I don't want really the champ to be stripped of his belt. And
exactly.
because sometimes you may not be able to get a chance to get your belt back and get another championship, but so they're going to wait for CM Punk, and then when CM come, but they need a champion in the meantime, so they're going to put an interim belt, and I like interim belt things. I like belt against belt. That just seems like fun to me.
Too.
I mean, not exactly. I mean, you can't say that because look at Roman when he like prime example Roman Reigns in WWE when he had the red Universal belt. He lost that because his cancer came back.
Yeah, but that's WWE. Yeah. WWE doesn't do interim championships, but AEW does.
The only time that they did was 2011.
They did an interim champ then?
Yep, it was it was when Rey Mysterio won a championship and they got beat by John Cena the same night to win that interim championship, and then they defended against CM Punk his WWE championship versus John Cena's interim WWE championship.
Who ended up winning that?
CM Punk.
CM Punk ended up winning. So
that's
the thing again with the interim championship that CM Punk was involved in an interim championship belt already. That's cool but I mean because like you said, you didn't want everybody wanted them to put the belt on CM Punk, but
it made sense.
Got hurt. But just imagine what the pop is going to be when CM Punk returns.
You know who I want to see Punk go face to face with, in my honest opinion? I know CM Punk is the guy. Like, that's who they want. That's their moneymaker. That's who they want the belt on. That's who they want to be their guy. I think it should be CM Punk versus Jon Moxley. That's just my opinion.
Oh, that's probably what's going to end up being. Because I don't think I'm going to see them put the interim title on
or Darby. I mean,
you think they're going to put it on the Japanese guy?
Could happen.
Yeah. Maybe it could happen. So what was the next match?
The next match was Miro versus Ethan Page.
Oh, the ego Ethan Page versus Miro, the God.
He's got an ego, right?
Yeah. I like Ethan Page. I think he's cool. I think he has an attitude. Chris, you don't like him?
I think he's too arrogant. I think he acts like his shit don't stink and he's better than everybody.
For like a real person that I hang out with, I wouldn't want to hang out with Ethan Page, but I think he's a real good heel at that ego thing. I think that's a real good heel thing. And Miro comes out and he just looks like a freaking beast, man.
He does.
And they had a great match. It wasn't like a squash match or anything. Ethan Page is really almost as big as Miro.
Yes, he is.
He's tall. He's big. He knows how to wrestle. He's great on the mic. I would have liked either way. What would you like? Who did you have a preference on who won that match?
I knew that Miro was gonna win, and if Ethan Page looked good.
Yeah, because when Miro got hurt, he left and he dropped the title to somebody, didn't he? The title.
He did.
Who did he drop the title to?
I think it was to Sammy.
He dropped his title to Sammy, and then he took a time off because he was hurt. And then now I think that he come back. I think they're going to put some more gold on him until they're ready to put the big championship belt on him after CM Punk.
After all, like he said, he was God's chosen one, and then God shit on him and cast him out.
Yeah, so Miro wins that match, and he goes on to qualify. He goes on into that big tournament, which Sean John told us that on Messenger that they're going to have a 4-way match at Forbidden Door to crown the what is the belt's called?
The All Atlantic Championship.
The All Atlantic Championship. I think that Miro is going to end up winning that.
I think so too.
And the next match was Dr. Britt Baker
Versus
DMD versus
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm, which is Tony Storm's such a hottie. She
Yes,
always
she
comes
is.
out
Oh my
and her
God.
chest is always like sweaty, and she just
Yeah.
And then
Ooh.
Brett Baker is just such a beautiful woman.
Yes,
bro.
she is.
And her in that pink and those pink.
It remind me of Natalia, actually.
And Sean did say she was a real dentist, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, and she's a real dentist. And though that pink eyeshadow that she had on, she's just a beautiful woman. She
Yes,
really
she is. Adam Cole, I'm envy you, man.
And I guess because she won the Owen Hart Cup. I guess she just is gonna wear pink from now on, I guess.
Yep. And like Sean Johns once pointed out tonight on the chat, she did look like she stole some of Natalia Neidhart's gear.
But she looks better in it though.
Yeah, that's true.
She looks
I will
so
give you
much
that.
better in it. What do you think, Blaze? Blade?
About her look. I still think Natty looks better. That's just my opinion. So
Yeah, but
Oh,
Britt
really?
Baker has
She's
it
a lot
going
thicker.
on.
Natty's a lot thicker.
Ooh.
Right.
Brett Baker's is a little tiny, just
We love our
I
thick
don't- I
women
don't-
too.
I don't-
and
even-
during that match, so that match was like hell of a match. That was cool. Tony Storm and Brett Baker were going at each other, just beating the shit at each
Yep.
other. And then you
Like
had
little Thunder comes
Thunder
out.
Rosa come out there.
you had
Girl.
Jamie Hayter trying to get involved, and then Thunder Rosa came
Yep.
out there and chased Jamie Hayter away.
Yep, and they ended up being costly for Britt Baker because guess who ended up winning?
Yeah, that did.
Tony Storm.
Tony Storm ended up winning that match, and after that, the match appeared again.
After that, the
This-
match that we had was Jurassic
Ooh,
Express,
this
the
was the-
main event.
This was the main event of the night, and I did not see this coming. But you had Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks in a ladder match,
Which felt like a TLC.
and it was supposed to be a three-way ladder match because Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, were supposed to be in this match, and Jeff Hardy decided that he wants to go and drink and drive.
Yeah,
Which
Jeff
is
Hardy,
an
idiot.
Was like an idiot, stupid freaking thing when he has enough money and he probably has enough girlfriends that would drive his drunk ass around.
Exactly.
So,
Fucking idiot.
and he already had 2 DUIs already. He already had a thing that's supposed to be on his car. So he was supposed to have a breathalyzer before he got in any car. And he didn't have a freaking license. And he probably has thousands of hot women that would love to drive his drunk ass
Exactly.
around. You fucking moron, Jeff
He
Hardy.
is.
We are fans of your wrestling. We're not fans of your drunkenness. Please
Damn
get
straight.
yourself fucking better and stop drinking like a fucking
And now I'm
dumbass.
beginning to think that W was right when they told him, hey, you need to do rehab. And he said, no, I'm not doing rehab. And yet here he is, AEW, and what does he do? He does this fucking stupid shit like this.
And he looked like such a hero to everybody leaving WWE. Everybody thought he was clean, and he goes and does this shit, and now everybody thinks, oh well, WWE was right about him. What do you
Dumbest
think, Chris?
thing.
They are right because I mean that's in my opinion. Yeah, he's also known for his wrestling, but he also is known for being a big drug head and a big druggie. Not just with the crystal meth he's been on before, but multiple other drugs, and now this. He's an idiot.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're sitting here talking about fucking Jeff Hardy's drunk ass driving, and we should be talking about this triple
The
threat
good
match
Fucking dumbass.
that the Hardy Boys, and he never think about his brother. Now his brother didn't get to be in the match either because of his dumb shit.
Now you're making your brother suffer for something you fucking
Exactly.
did, you idiot.
So let's get to the match. So Jurassic sore ass and
Yep.
Lucha Whore,
Yep.
Jungle Ho, and
The Young Bucks.
I'm just so tired of them being champs, and
Yep.
I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of theirs. Their wrestling, and Jungle Boy can wrestle his
not.
ass off. You don't think Jungle Boy's a good
No.
wrestler?
The other guy, did you know he was on the show Big Brother before he wrestled at AEW?
Who
I
was
never
that?
knew that.
The guy that wears the-
Luchasaurus.
Yeah, him.
Luchasaurus ass.
He played on Big Brother, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
really? He was in
God.
the Big Brother show.
Yeah.
No wonder I hate him. Because
So
he's just like Jesse Goddard.
yeah, but he wears that fucking goofy ass mask. Anyway, those guys were going against the Young Bucks, which The Young Bucks are
Yeah,
awesome.
they're trash, but
Chris
they're good.
says thumbs down for the Young Bucks. What do you say?
The Ass Boys are better.
The Ass Boys are better. You think the Ass Boys can they're a better tag team than the Jungle Boy and than the Young Bucks?
I still think the Hardy Boys better talent wise, but they wasn't in the match. So
Yeah. But that was a hell of a match, and we
Yes, it
started talking
was.
during the show. We started talking about NBA finals, and we didn't get to me and Superfan was watching the show pretty good, and
Yep.
that match was a fucking hell of a match. They put on some big
Yeah, it
fucking
was.
bumps in that match.
Table spots.
They stole some of the Young Bucks lost their shoes. We had some tables. We had one of the Young Bucks up on the top corner and came off on the Luchasaurus with the Macho Man elbow, which was freaking awesome. That was a great move. It looked fucking real as hell. But before that, you saw Luchasaurus by himself climb his ass up on that table. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he just thought it was a good place to lay down his fucking dumb ass sore ass. I don't know.
Exactly.
But he got up there and he was laying down resting, and your boy Matt or Matt.
One of them.
Was it Matt? What?
It was I think it was Nick Jackson.
Nick Jackson got up on the top rope and came off with the best looking impersonation of the Macho Man elbow that I've seen in a while. What do you think, Chris?
Exactly.
What do I think about the match?
What did you think about that match? Was you even watching the match?
Not really.
Who won the match?
We were.
The Young Bucks.
Oh, the Young Bucks end up winning.
Yeah, they did.
The Young Bucks climbed up their asses up there on that freaking and took down those belts, and they end up being. And I'm so glad that the Young Bucks have the belts back again now, because I was so tired of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus having the belt.
Me too.
And at the end, me and Sean John and Superfan Johnny Lee have been predicting for weeks.
Yeah,
because Christian Cage looks at fucking Jungle Boy like he is the biggest idiot in the world, and he goes in there and what's the
and
Christian Cage's?
He hit him with the unprettier.
They hit him with the
or the kill switch,
or the unprettier, and put Jungle Boy down. Where was Luchasaurus?
I guess he was still outside nursing that table spot where he got elbow drop.
He didn't help Jungle Boy at all. Do you think that Sorass feels the same way as Christian Cage?
I don't think so. Or he would have been out there and he would choke slam them. Then Christian do the concerto.
Yeah. Did he do the concerto?
Yep. He hit the concerto after he did the
I didn't
kill
see
switch.
that part. We was talking to Mike Keaton at that point.
Yeah, I paid attention. He went out there, got his chairs. He hit the concerto on Jungle Boy. Then he laid with him with his arm like someone that's cocky would do. Just laid there and smirked for a moment.
So Christian Cage turns heel.
Damn straight
against the Jungle Boy.
Right choice too.
Yeah, I think I've been seeing this for weeks. We've been seeing this week. Sean Johns has said that was happening, and it happened.
Yep, and I think that it was supposed to happen even without the Hardy Boys, because it was probably going to happen when it was a triple threat.
You think that if the Hardy Boys had been in the match that they would have won?
They would have won. Yes,
because that's their specialty, is the ladder and the TLC match.
Yeah, so the Hardy Boys, Jeff's stupid ass drinking.
Yeah, Jeff, go to rehab or go to AA, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that drunks go to. Get yourself better, and realize next time, don't make the fucking stupid mistake that you did today. You fucking idiot.
Exactly.
He's such a creative guy with his painting. He's such a creative guy with his outfits that he comes out there in. He's such a creative
charismatic enigma, my ass,
with the Willow character and all that stuff that he's done in the past. Just imagine what a wrestler he could have been if he hadn't have been on drugs and alcohol most of his career.
Let's never forget that in 2011 he made Sting uncomfortable because he was so drugged out of his mind that Sting had to literally hold his ass down for real to make that pin. And then at the end of the match, on camera, he says, I agree when fans says, this is bullshit.
Yeah,
Jeff Hardy, so next time you want to fucking drink and drive, call your family members, your girlfriend, whoever the fuck you got to, let them drive your drunk ass home, knowing that you had all this shit Plus this,
You know he's got thousands of
Right.
little hoes that little hoe skanks that in North Carolina there, the little
right?
thoughts that would drive his dumb ass around anywhere he wanted to go
You
in
damn
their
straight.
car.
I mean, I drive, but when I drink, I make sure that I'm good enough to drive before I drink. I'm not a dumbass and drink and drive because I don't believe in putting other people's life in danger.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, when I go out to bars or something, I don't really get drunk. Usually, if I ever get drunk, it's here in the studio or at my house. But I don't really usually get drunk if I'm going out to a bar. Maybe I'll have when you go out to a bar, you got to have a drink or two. But I end up having a drink or two when I get there, and then by the end of the night, I'm not drunk. And then make sure that. Make sure if you do go out to the bars and stuff, make sure you're ready to drive when you get.
Or you have a DD.
Yeah.
Yeah, or get a guy that's going to drive for you.
A wheel man.
So so get a designated driver. I think we'll be having that, guys. That was AEW wrap up for the reaction show. I'm Nice Guy Andy, and we got Superfan Johnny Lee here.
Yeah.
And Kriss, the Southern Outlaw Blade, has joined us in studio, and I really enjoyed you being here, Kriss. And as always,
stay nice.
Superfan, I enjoy you always. Superfan is so helpful to the podcast, guys. And like Johnny says, like Johnny says,
stay nice. The Nice Guy Andy podcast signing out.
Peace. Stay nice.
Ooh. That was a long time. Are you still?
Anyways, you guys go on your little rinky-dink bullshit podcast. Anyway.